Hey y'all, today is May 18th. It is Monday. I could not film yesterday because it was thunderstorming out all day. I went to the botanical gardens after it stopped, but this is update number 4, I think it is. It might be 5. Either way, here's a banana. It's starting to grow fast now that it's been raining a bunch and it's getting really humid and hot. So that top leaf right there is probably a little over 6 feet tall. Then the baby one out at the bottom, I'd say is about 2 foot tall, maybe a little bit more. And then just our, I forgot what this is. This is Texas betony. It's like a butterfly bush. Just got those, some cantaloupe that I'm going to plant. And then the lantana back over there. Okay, here we got the snapdragons, just crepe myrtle, my little fig tree cutting is starting to grow pretty good. We got, I'll give you an overview from here. That's the garden. It's grown a ton. We got all the tomatoes are starting to get pretty big. I need to start staking them back and cutting them back. And there we got them, and there's that size. Can't really get the iPad in there, but it's getting pretty big. A bunch of new little clusters. I think those two are the biggest, the ones I just pointed out. I need to start staking this back. It's just taken over. Some of them are getting close to 6 feet tall. Black cherry update, and they're doing pretty good. None of them have really ripened yet, but it's starting to put off new growth, so I'm going to start taking cuttings off of here and rooting them so that I can plant them whenever these die back, if they do. So, got that. There's the big clusters, the watermelon back there. Still need to plant it. I harvested the basil that was over there. I had it hanging in my garage. At the end of the video, I'll put up a couple pictures of that hanging. And then the grapes are starting to grow across. All the herbs are doing really good. They love the rain, especially the oregano and the mint. The mint, I actually had to cut it back, and I have that hanging in my house drying. I kind of slaughtered this side, but it should grow back. Next we got the jalapenos. I got some bean seed behind here, and I planted that out, so the entire thing should be little bush snap beans. And then sunflowers are getting pretty tall. That one tall one right back there is about 18 inches. We got the strawberries. They're doing really good. I've gotten a couple little ripe ones. Not very many though. The like wild rats and that kind of stuff are starting to eat them, so I need to put out more rat traps. The what's it called? Banana peppers are doing pretty good. I've been getting like 2 or 3 off of all these plants a day. Not off of each plant, but like all together. And my marigold tipping over. I need to stake that. I pulled out the tomato that was taking over this area, and I planted 3 more bell peppers. And then you got more banana peppers around there. Up and around, you got the cucumber vine that's starting to grow over the fence. I'm thinking of letting it, because I mean it can't really do any harm over the fence. So, it's doing that. The Armenian cucumbers are finally starting to put out some good-sized ones. We got back over here. Actually, there's an Armenian cucumber right back in there. Then we got the sweet banana peppers. Been getting a bunch of these every day. And we got back up here, and the 2 big Armenian cucumbers. That sucker is about, mosquitoes. It's about 2 weeks old, and that one's getting closer to like 6 days. Next we got that big one that's a Market More in there, and then there's another one back up in there that's a Market More. This pepper's doing pretty good. They're starting to grow a lot. These tomatoes aren't really ripening. I picked the basil that was right there. Ooh, this is just happening new today. The pole variety, or not pole variety, my pole experiment, the black cherries are starting to turn black, and then this one is doing some weird, like it doesn't feel any different, like it's normal tomato. It just really black spot. I don't know, it's weird, but tomatoes are doing good. Here, let me back up to give you the full picture. The tomato grew past the 8-foot stake, so I had to stake it up, and now it's on a 12-foot. So that is about as tall as that crepe myrtle next door. So I hope it'll grow that tall and even taller. I'm going to try to break the world record eventually. I don't see myself doing that anytime soon, considering it's almost 30 feet tall for the world record. I cannot break that at the moment. But we got the big clusters doing good, starting to turn like a brownish. We got back in here, the tomatoes are just loving the rain. We got I forgot what this is. Oh, the husk cherry tomato that's putting out a bunch of little clusters all over. I probably got some ripe ones at the bottom that I need to pick. We got back in this area, it's kind of taken over now, but I had the Tamji grape tomato, and I've been getting a bunch of those off of there, and those are pretty good. There's some more ripening up back in there. Off over there is the one that I grew from seed that I transplanted. It's still doing good. It's not doing as good as some of the others since I dug it up and transplanted it, but it's still doing good. Here, let me just get right over here first. We got the watermelon that I grew from seed. I'm going to try train it up our pallet fence, so that'd be kind of cool if I could do that. The only problem would be our dog eating it on the other side, so next we got the bush black cherry that's kind of getting taken over by all these other types of cherries. We got some yellow pears that are taking over. There's finally some ripening up. They're kind of outgrowing the barrier that I originally put them in, so I need to chop them back, but they're ripening up pretty good. There's a bunch of them that are. Next we got, those are the yellow pear, this area taken over. We got the sun gold way out here in the back that has grown well over 6 feet and going crazy, and I will pick a bunch of these today and show you. I'd say this is about about the size of a quarter. I mean, I got pretty big hands, so but I'll show you some pictures later. I've gotten probably 40 or 50 of them off of this plant, and probably going to get another 20 today. So I would definitely recommend this variety. It's Sun Gold cherry tomatoes. And then back here we got our black creme. None of them really ripening, but still looking good. A little watermelon growing alongside. It hasn't really, it started finding out, but I need to plant it. Then the celery is going to seed. Hopefully it will flower soon so I can just collect the seed from it. So that's all I'm waiting for. Then up here we got the next level of our backyard, split level backyard. We have this area with the benches and a big arbor that we got for free. One of our neighbors was throwing it out. I tried to grow passion fruit up it, but our dog decided that it looked like a good chew toy, so she chewed the entire thing back. So now there's just some wild morning glories growing up it, and it kind of looks nice. Then over here we got the peach tree and the fig tree. The peach tree, I picked the peaches off of the past 2 weeks ago, I think. I picked the peaches off. And then the fig tree is starting to put out these little figs that are in relation to the tomato. They're about as big as it. So they're putting out them all over. Yet again, probably 20 on here. And then starting to send out a little shoot on the bottom. This is a brown turkey fig, for anyone that's wondering. And yeah, that is the garden tour for this week. Stay tuned in for next week and for the pictures at the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.